the hell? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I need to try this to my next monitor. And I need to mute. Jesus Christ, this thing. I need to mute this. Volume mixer. Okay. This should work. Okay, now I'm live. I don't like that popped out chat. Guess I am kind of spoiling a lot of the potential upcoming stories on the left here, but I feel like y'all can handle it. It's just names. Oh, no, not this one. Not this one. I need to hide this. I need to hide this. Rename. Not that one. that that's not done cooking quite yet. Oh, all of my computer is also in dark mode, so let's see how this looks. Hmm. Oh, that hurts my eyes. Oh, first person in chat is that. Oh, I recognize you. How do I look? Can you hear me properly? Yeah, I recognize you by your picture. I've seen your Instagram. I've seen your Instagram. I know what you look like. Look at that, my first ever viewer. I think. Yeah. Well, if I put on light mode on my computer, the light gets brighter. And there's a Christmas tree behind me, but I don't like lights. So like, this is probably the best y'all will get. Yeah, I'm a writer. We sit in darkness and make books. Dark mode is way easier to actually write with, especially on Google Docs. Yeah. Oh, this stream is gonna be me writing, so there might be spoilers, but I think the first few chapters of volume 10 should be fine. Yeah, I actually have this light behind my computer because I don't want to put on the overhead light in the ceiling because it's too bright. Horizon. I'm I'm supposed to be writing chapter 253 of Horizon right now. This is somewhat spoilers for chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. There's a 20-second delay. So yeah, yeah. But I've been now I have to actually work. And honestly, I cut the last few chapters out of the volume because they weren't useful. So yeah, so now I have to actually write the start of the volume. I keep watching here. I'm supposed to watch here. Camera. I have to watch the rest of the volume. I mean, start the rest of the volume now. And starting a volume is might be the hardest part because, well, I can write it without spoilers, but it's supposed to springboard off the end, the last volume, and the last chapter was Two-Sided Pillar, which is a chapter that's been built up to for like 200 and something chapters ever since the chapter called Enter Cellophane, where Sarah saved Law Matani, and we saw Law building himself up in society. This has been foreshadowing since that, and uh, it's paid off so far, but it's not like the big payoff yet. That comes in the next volume, where everybody gets the thing they want, the big reveal. But yeah, right now I need to figure out this story, and this was my original plan. This is this is my original plan. This is what something my friend wrote as a joke. It is kind of true. They live happily ever after. Somewhat. We'll see how it goes. But yeah. Yeah, that's good. I mean, the first few chapters don't have any spoilers in them. Shouldn't have, at least regarding the battle with Tech and the aftermath of that, and the Unforgivable chapter, which is this one here. It's probably the one people are will be most hyped for. 349 and 151, people will definitely love. 350 is okay, but it's not as good as these two. If these two weren't here, 350 would be peak. But chapter 351, All of Me, is probably the favorite thing I've written. Yeah, Scene is probably really weird too, because I'm not just a name in Discord. Oh, and I also have my secret project here, but we'll pretend that's not here. Yeah. And now you get to see me pull my teeth out basically while I try to write. The secret project will come into play eventually. I was in the haircut. My hair is ridiculous right now. Oh yeah, you saw me on Instagram too. Oh, there's this game I've been playing funny enough, I found it while I was studying how curse energy works in JJK, and it's actually pretty fun, and it doesn't take all my time, so I can afford to like play it. But yeah, while I'm writing, I look at it. Uh, Hearing me is a first. Yeah. How do I sound? Am I am I the Indian guy on YouTube giving tutorials? Is it that bad? Do I need the whiteboard behind me? Tell people how to do physics and calculus? I hate how my voice sounds on recordings, so I'm not a good judge. Yeah. I sound Nigerian. That's wild. My grandmother was Haitian. I can't even remember what she sounded like 'cause she barely ever spoke. Do I look Nigerian though? That's the big question. A cheat code for when you're writing. I hope this doesn't get my YouTube banned. Because I go on Pinterest and I just save that. And I just go on Pinterest and scroll through. Because like, oh yeah. I'm technically a light skin, yeah, technically, because I'm mixed. Indian, Haitian, whatever, Tokla. Yeah, I just go on Pinterest and I start scrolling. Because you never know what you'll find, although it's mostly just like animal stuff. Yeah. This is actually how I found the yeah, I saved it. This is how I found Horizon. Because Bioatomica is the artist who made the cover art I use, and I found her on Pinterest, and she was closed for submit requests when I found her Twitter. Well, it was Twitter at the time, now it's X. So I couldn't even like buy the rights to it or anything, or buy it so I could use it. So if she messages me and says like, you know, take it down, then I guess I'll just take it down. Yeah. But all my stories usually start from Pinterest and then become a story. So I write the story for the visual art. But now I can somewhat afford like some cheaper art pieces. So I can write a story and let somebody throw the main character and I'll put that on the cover. Which is nice. Like it costs like I think $40 US. Yeah, I don't know. I keep I I'm not good with names, especially Discord names because you all keep changing your names. Are you are you the guy who wrote the Jack Hanma story? I think I would say it. This. Is this? Yeah, this is you, Sideshow. You guys keep changing your name in my library, by the way. I'm waiting for the next chapter. Like, what is this? I'm waiting for chapter 4. I've been waiting for months. Yeah, I've been waiting for months. It's in my library. I'm waiting. look, I come as a recommendation for your story. I think you have a higher rating than me. Oh, you might 4.63, 4.55. You do. You actually do. Okay. But yeah, how did you even get the idea for your story? 'Cause I think you said you I got distracted. You said that you didn't like how the character you didn't like how the character was treated in the original, so you wanted to write this one. For me, it's more like I like to fill in the gaps in a story. So if I'm writing a story that has very good characters, like for Avatar: The Last Airbender, my The Last Airbender story, the characters already good in Avatar. So I'll write like a villain-based story focused on Ozai, and the main character interacting, and then I'll fill in that and use knowledge from Korra and fill in the world building to make a more complete story. Because Ozai didn't really have any characterization in the original story, so I can fix that. He's always used to show another character is strong. Okay, so he's the Vegeta. Okay, as a Vegeta fan, I felt that because my boy needs a W. Yeah, I completely understand. I understand it now. Oh, I should probably change the permissions on the YouTube channel thing. Uh, okay, I changed the Discord stuff. Yeah, I was curious because Jack, I mean, he's actually the first Baki character I learned about because I I saw a clip, well, not like a clip of him. I saw a thing of his mom, and she was like a soldier. There was like a meme gift thing, and I didn't even know Baki was at the time, right? And then somebody was like, "Oh, that's the guy Yujiro had Jack with," because his mom is like American lady. Yeah, and so I kind of found out about his mom as the first Baki character. And then the narrator loves Yujiro, only loves Yujiro. So like the narrator for Yujiro and the narrator for Sukuna, they would have beef probably because they want to glaze their character the more than the other guy. Oh yeah, since you're here, I could show you my locked Pinterest because I think somebody else joined us. This is all my book ideas. So if I had to lock it, because I don't know if it's you, but somebody in my Discord found my Pinterest, and this board was open, and at the time it was just monsters for Elementalist. Yeah, because I was using Monster Hunter World monsters. This is all this, like most of this is spoiler stuff. Not these stuff. I'm not using these. But yeah, all the Emma Frost stuff is definitely spoilers. But I'll come in here and I'll find ideas. Like this one. I love this one. A knight with basically runes, but the runes look like the Infinity Stones or something. That's really cool. Yeah, like I had to lock it because of you people. You goddamn people found my Pinterest of all things. A man's sacred Pinterest. This might be my favorite out of it, by the way. I love this one. Polaris, I think, would be a great love interest for my main character. But in my plan, Polaris will be like him and Emma Frost, like adopted daughter, kind of. because she'll be about 17 when they're about 25, and she'll come live with them. So they won't be like they won't have that kind of relationship. And when when the snap happens, because the snap will happen in my Marvel story, Emma and one of the triplets disappears, and Polaris takes the other two to Storm in the X Mansion. Yeah, so the main character is gonna lose one of his triplets, his girls, the 7 foot cuckoos, the girls who look like Emma Frost. They're gonna be mixed because he's black, and he's gonna lose probably Phoebe and Emma. So and then like I'm having this whole volume, this whole arc of like everything that happens in the 5 years from the snap to bringing them back, and in that time, him and Storm gonna get together at like year 3.5 to year 4, and by the time he bringing back Emma Frost, him and Storm has like a baby, like a few months old baby. So he's gonna be in this situation of like I started moving on, I have a kid, and now my wife is coming back because at that time they're married. Oh, Oleana is also like she's also the potential love interest for my Pokemon fic. Right now it's mostly Lusamine and Cynthia because people love Cynthia, but Oleana is peak fiction. But yeah, it's pretty good. Right now I'm still trying to rack my brain on like I have an idea. God, please don't be the horny MHA fans. Okay. I'm looking for some League of Villains stuff, right? Because the best character in My Hero is All for One. But this League of Losers is who Horizon gonna be hunting down in Volume 10. So Volume 10 is him tracking down the League of Villains. And then Volume 11 is Volume 11 is what everybody's been waiting for. And I know what needs to happen, but I don't know where it should happen. Because if it happens in America, Horizon might become like he is already irredeemable. He's not meant to be redeemed, but he might become unreasonable, which is not which is the problem. I want him to be a irredeemable but a reasonable person. Like he has his own internal logic. That's how you write a villain who's overpowered, okay? Because writing a villain is hard because the audience doesn't want to follow somebody doing evil shit for like 100 chapters, and writing somebody who's not plot oriented, who's purely character based is also hard because the audience has no sense of progress towards the goal because it's just the character. But I thought if you make the character like stand on business, basically it works. Mm. God, if I got some ideas. What is this? This is 9. Oh, that is 9. Yeah. God. Honestly, My Hero Academia villains are so trash that it makes it difficult to make them interesting because they suck. I mean, Mr. Compress is fun, but like, hmm, what is he even supposed to do? Like, bro's gonna die instantly. Did the stream glitch just now? Hey, like the stream. Drop a like. Be my first like, my second like. This is the start of my YouTube empire. 10 million subs by end of next year. But yeah. What the hell is this? Yo, My Hero fans need to be put down. These people are weird. Why? Why does this exist? Nobody needs this in their life. I'm gonna go with mm, mm, mm. Let me head into books. Yeah, My Hero fans need Jesus. All Might couldn't even save them, I'm sure. Oh, by the way, when you're writing Jack again, this is a trick. Hold on, God damn it. I don't think I can zoom in hard enough on this picture, right? But I'll just use this as an example, right? This is a good example of how to. I'll zoom in for you. God damn it. It's not letting me zoom in enough. Where do I. What's a good example? Framing, 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 framing. I'm looking for a good example of it. Where? I don't think I have any examples of it, which is unfortunate. Oh, this is the inspiration for my main character from for the Marvel fic. This is it. His power is gravity. But what I was aiming at with this one, right, is open image in new tab, right? Is if you have a character like Emma Frost or Jack Handler. Oh yeah, she's the hottest thing in Marvel, bro. I know what I like, and she's everything I like. Toxic Snow Bunny, peak fiction. But this particular scene is why I like the character so much, right? Because you always see the epic version of Emma Frost, right? And you always see the epic version of Yujiro Hanma. But if you wanna humanize them and make the audience sympathize, you show something like this. It's just her talking to regular people who she really should be bossing around, but she's just like talking to them in a reasonable way. And you show her having like a more human side. This could never work for Yujiro. Like Yujiro Hanma and Ryuman Sukuna need to be epic 24/7, otherwise it won't work. But for like a main character, this is good. But you can't do it too much depending on what you're doing. Because like if I did that for Horizon, people would suddenly the readers would suddenly view Horizon as being too human. And the point of Horizon is that he's like an irredeemable piece of shit with more power that he knows how to do it. Yeah. So like I have to show Horizon's human moments very sparingly. Which is why in the latest chapters I had him basically like sacrifice 20 million people ish. Roughly is London, nobody cares, right? He sacrificed those people and I pushed it to a point. Yeah, I pushed it to a point that the audience was going like, wow, Horizon is a bit much. And then I had the chapter of him showing that like the stress is actually affecting him and it's actually building on him. And then he walks outside and the framing goes back to he is epic and perfection and untouchable and nothing bothers him. So it shows the face and then it shows behind the curtain what he's dealing with and then it goes back to yeah, it then it goes back to him being tough. Yujiro does have a time when he's talking with his friend. Yeah. I mean, most of the stuff Yujiro does isn't inherently badass. It's impressive, but not like inherently badass. But the narrator just gassing him up really helps. Because most of the time Yujiro is just walking about, right? That's his thing. He walks into a room, everybody's like, oh shit. Then some idiot challenges him, and then he shits on that guy. How strong is Yujiro Hanma? The strongest creature on it. Be real with me. Do you actually think Baki is gonna be Yujiro? Or is this gonna be like a Gojo Sukuna thing where the hero loses? Because I feel like the point of Baki isn't to become the strongest, it's. Yeah, it's. The point of Baki isn't to become the strongest, it's to show hard work and determination in the climb against the insurmountable object, which is Yujiro Hanma, right? So the story would be fine if Baki doesn't beat Yujiro, but it's a shonen story, so they might Shueisha might make the. I think Baki's a shonen jump. If it is, they might push him towards letting Baki beat Yujiro because they don't like villains winning. But in my opinion, I think Baki should lose to Yujiro. Mm. So they have had the fight. The only interaction I've seen where they like fought is when Yujiro palmed his face and pushed him into the concrete. Which is I think before he fought the old man in the arena, the old man stopped his own heart or something to fall for the match so he doesn't die or something like that. Yeah, whoever is standing wins. But yeah, the um Baki's a good show to watch if you want to figure out how to do framing properly, right? It's also a thing where yeah, it's also well I can't watch that on stream because it might get my channel striked before I even upload one video. Because YouTube hates people doubling content. It might also be a thing of like yeah, it might also be a thing of the perspective too, right? Because like for your book, I read one chapter and it was like some military dudes in a forest and Jack was hunting them down, right? He was doing like his Batman thing. Was your book in first person or third person? I think your book was close to third person, I wanna say. I don't think it was first person. I've I rarely see fanfics done in first person. I have a second screen but I'm using it for the chat. Yeah, I think your book was third person, right? But it was close to third person. Yeah, my webcam is here and our second screen is here with the chat here. So that's why I'm going this way and then this way. Yeah, but was it in first or third person? I can probably show you some stuff with that. Um, what chapter? Let me go on web novel because I don't even know. Yeah, I remember that was the one chapter that you really wanted me to read and see what the hell happened, like what's wrong with it. And I prescribed to you something. Hold on, it's not in Horizon actually. It's in Elementalist, not Dungeon. Um, Something darker. The darker side, right? I remember names. Okay, this is the chapter that I sent you to go read to learn how to write the chapter you wanted to write. Which is a very cocky thing to say, right? But no, is it the darker side? I don't think it's the darker side. That's the one with Freya, right? Um, God damn, what chapter was it then? Yeah, I'm gonna show you like the particular tricks I wanted you to copy. What is it? The darker side is Freya, right? Was it the darker side? Instinct was training, all I did, Saya. Mm, I think it's the darker side, right? Yeah. This is it. It is the darker side, but I just is the second half of the chapter. Okay, so basically, what you want to do is this chapter here. This chapter sets up the. This chapter sets up the setting, basically the battlefield. Well, she's not the captain, but she's in. It's familiar. Tsubaki is the captain. Yes, but for Jack Hanma, the audience knows who he is, right? So instead of setting up where this place is, because it's a brand new place, right? You could say something like Jack heard them coming through the forest, and then it would cut to here, or like 5 minutes later, and while they walk through the forest, it would cut to here, and they'd be given signals or whatever. So you can't use dialogue because they're trying to stay quiet, right? Or they're on the radio talking. And as it approach, you set the atmosphere with this. This chapter here sets the atmosphere, right? And you set up some of the stakes here. You say, okay, yeah, it's cold, blah blah blah, and then here you humanize them, right? I call them as friend. They're playing cards, that kind of stuff. And then this is where it starts to be like a horror, because what you want to do is you want to first, like, as close to first person as you can get. I keep trying to talk to this monitor because that's where chat is playing webcam here. As close to first person as you can get, without saying I saw or I felt. Okay, it's still he or she, but it's as close to first person as you can get. And you want to have it doing that while also being a second person chapter, because he goes they hear her throw the coin, right? The level 2 senses hear the noise, swords out, stay alert, so it shows these men have training. But then it comes here, oh god, my mouse. But then it comes here and they walk around, the glint catches their eye, right? So we know somebody threw something, because nothing will just fall metal from the sky. They, they are two, right? He picks up the metal, he kneels and picks up the metal, right? And as he's talking, clang, the torch clatters to the ground. Not the guy in front holding the coin, right? But the guy behind with the torch. Okay? And it's important that we don't see what happens, because the audience is still focused on the coin. That's why we gave this here. Because I said a thousand Valis coin up here, right? and I left it incomplete because I want the audience to be thinking about what the hell he was gonna say when the dialogue suddenly cuts. So you get the horror feeling of somebody cutting you off, the monster suddenly jumping out at you through words. Wow, this is more complicated than I thought as I started mentioning it. Most of the stuff is just like subconscious. Yeah. Use your Discord name so people can recognize you, that makes sense. See, I just have my regular name because I am me, and that's perfect. But yeah, we show the torch dropping, right? And then she starts doing more horror movie shit. The sword is in his hand, shaking. The sword in his hand shaking, so the audience knows he's afraid. Do not ever tell the audience what the character is feeling. Let the descriptions do that. Because if you tell the audience he's afraid, their sense of their suspension of disbelief suddenly goes, and all they think about is that he's afraid. Okay, you have to let them feel the fear by dancing around it without ever saying it. Right? And again, calling him his friend, setting up Tali as the villain, right? Because she's killing this dude and his friend who haven't done anything wrong. Right? He draws his blade. Yeah, blah blah blah. She catches his sword. They fight for a little bit. Keep the fight short. This is honestly not a good fight scene. Looking back at it, because I'm so much better at this shit now. Especially this part, where I say 5x5x5 box. I could just say 5 foot cube. But like, she rips out his throat and throws him over the wall, and we get a beautiful shot of him getting thrown over the wall, and he's looking up as he's dying at the moon. So, juxtaposition of the horrors that we just saw, and him looking up at the beautiful moon above. And this was actually supposed to be foreshadowing, right? Because this is how Tali was supposed to die in the original draft. She was supposed to die looking up at the moon with nobody by her side. No, sorry, with her friends by her side. But along the way, the character developed so well that I changed it. She was supposed to show like the horrors of like a adventurer life, that like you'll die brutally, even if you do everything right, you can still die. But yeah, it shifts to the moon. We see the moon through his eyes. Then as the night went on, that tells you we're going to have a different POV. And here they got in the box, right? And everything else is basically the same system. First, close first and second person. We jump in between people to people to people. It is a fight scene, blah blah blah. People fight, right? And then here, what taps? I'm not sure what taps you mean. Or do you mean when I right click, left click, right click, left click like this? Mosquito. I'm not sure what you mean. But there's a delay. The story once and above, or tabs. Oh, bro, if you think this is something, hold on. Yeah, look, if you think this is something, look at this. This is my other window. So I literally have both these windows on all the time. Yeah, but it's actually pretty manageable, honestly, because like if I open Task Manager, um, yeah, only 38% of my RAM is being used for these tabs. And that's like while I'm streaming too. So while I'm not streaming, it's way less. But most of these tabs, like in for this tab, right, which with my writing stuff, everything here is writing. Again, the fanfics at the end is research for something. Yeah, the fanfics at the end is research for something, and I don't want to spoil what it is, so I'm just gonna delete them right now. But everything here is writing. Everything on the other one's entertainment or like other business stuff. Yeah. And at the end here, right? The reason I did the tally reveal like this is because throughout the whole story, we've been setting up a classic epic fantasy of like main heroes are the good guys, monsters are the bad guys, and then I want to show that sometimes the monster is the hero, or the hero is the monster, however you want to put it. So I set the breadcrumbs and I show through the dead guard's perspective, and I show that they think the person they're being killed by is people from Ares familiar, whoever the fuck I pinned it on, right? And then at the end, it's Tali. It purposely misleads the audience, right? Because I want to go for shock factor here. Usually I never go for shock factor, but this one's for shock factor because this is the start of like Hephaestus' subplot of like her wanting to be breedable basically. She wants to be fertile as a god, but just not really allowed. But all my other tabs uh let's call it, whose tab is this? Yeah, JJK, some meters to feet, yen to USD, more JJK, some fairy tale. Like all my tabs are for writing. And I actually use them a lot. I don't really use MHA tabs anymore because I've been writing for writing so long that I just know most of the Wikipedia stuff that I need to know. If I need to know something, I'll Google it. Like Pixie Bob's last name, Sukamichi. Rug pull with Horizon. What rug pull? Oh, his parents been dead? I mean, that was. That was. I feel like that was pretty obvious looking back at it. But Horizon is meant to be enjoyed properly on the second reading. So you're supposed to read start to finish once and then read it from start to finish again because there's foreshadowing for every single thing. So like the first time Pantu ever reacts is chapter 54, right? Or 56. Where she asked Nezu, why didn't you tell us he was that powerful from the start? And Nezu was like, why did it matter? And she says like it matters or something like that. And it's supposed to give the vibe that she did something that she wouldn't have done if she knew he was mystery class. So like even like before chapter 100, like it's in the oh the hero move with immolation and letting Lana go boom. Yeah, the immolation thing is supposed to be like it's supposed to set in stone that Horizon is going to be a true hero because it's been hinted at for the entire volume, right? But I needed it to happen before Tech because he is like a true hero in some sense. Hey, Chicken Jam, thanks for joining us. And yes, I this is pretty much only expecting to get my Discord people because I'm gonna put the link in my chapters, but I don't think anybody gonna go from web novel to YouTube until I have videos up, which is like mid-January. I'm gonna start with like how to do this full time. Then I'm gonna go with my full business plan. Yeah, then I'm gonna go with my full business plan, and then I'm gonna do writing stuff. But the whole thing is to show people how to make money with this too. So like I'm just gonna show you all like why I set up my Patreon, the way I did it, how you wanna get people into your Patreon, and how to most importantly how to write to a quality that's worth people putting their money in it. But yeah, Horizon's supposed to be like a true hero after the immolation point, right? It did the whole my body move on its own. Because throughout the entire story, he's been saying like that's stupid, that doesn't make sense. Why would your body move on its own? But we saw his quirk act on its own when he was unconscious after All for One, and now we see his body and his mind work together on their own to deal with immolation, which I think is like the nail in the coffin that he's gonna be a true hero. But then he sacrificed London because yes, he is a true hero, but he's still Arsenal's son. He's still his son. So he's still kind of like psychotic when it comes to pragmatism. And then like the battle with Tech will happen, and we'll see his pragmatism and his heroic nature, I'll say, collide. I think you're in the second chapter of the battle with Tech, which is what the hell even happens in that chapter. I think is the fight even start yet? No. Yeah, he's in the plane. Yeah, she did the Gundam thing, the most ridiculous thing in My Hero Academia. Yeah. This when she did this in the manga, I was like, yo, what is this creature? This move is why I made him history mystery class, because I wanted him to do super epic fantasy shit like this. So right now they're just doing the Thrones thing, right? Yeah. Oh, you're hyped for the dead parents reveal? I'ma just tell you right now, the stream is right in chapter 10. I mean volume 10, sorry. The volume of Tech is already over on Patreon. But the dead parents reveal is not in this volume, it's in volume 11. And I know people in the comments are gonna be commenting under every single chapter. I can't wait for the dead parents reveal. When is the dead parents reveal? Because they keep asking, and like even on the chapters that have nothing to do with it. And I told them like it's close to the end of the book. So I'm looking at like chapter 400 and something, because this volume should be short because it's just him doing regular superhero and assassin stuff to deal with the League of Villains. But the dead parents reveal, I have it planned out, and honestly, the next few chapters, like the next 4 chapters, you're gonna get a web novel is gonna make that reveal. The anticipation for it is gonna go up. Like y'all are gonna wanna see it so bad after that reveal. After the specific chapter, after chapter 350, Alone Together, and 352, Two-Sided Pillar, is going to make that anticipation way worse. It's gonna raise the stakes. Every person in Horizon saves raise the stakes, but like these two, these two are gonna make it ridiculous. I just hope I do it justice, because some people want Horizon to like crash out and destroy the world, and some people just want them to kill Pantu and be done with it. So like, I can't please everyone, right? So if I have him destroy the entire world, that doesn't make sense. Oh, he changed it, or he jumped it with a different account. Yeah, if I have Horizon destroy the world, I feel like that goes against his character. So and he's progressed so much to become a true hero that I don't think he would destroy the world. So I think he'd focus it on Pantu, but there would be collateral damage still, of course. Like, yeah, yeah, that was his account all along. He just changed his name. It was real name, I guess. This is a good example of like how I use Google Maps, right? So where's measure distance? Tokyo to here. Horizon's quick is 400 kilometers. No, 400 miles. 700 kilometers, right? So if he's in Horizon Tower, oh god damn it. God damn it. If he's in Horizon Tower, he can reach all of this because Horizon Tower is here. Yeah, Horizon Tower is here, and UA, the school is here. So at like the start of the first volume, right? When he got to UA and like the first day of school, it took him like 12 or 14 rooms to get from here to here. But now if he opens one room in UA, he could do all this. I think this is radius too, so it might be doubled. No, this is single. This is his diameter. So when he said like he could lift up and drop one island from Japan, he was talking about this one. Yeah, I did the measurement. Yeah. So like if he decides to crash out, it'll be bad. And something I have to measure too is like this. Hold on, it's like, where is it? Okay, hold on. Clear distance, right? And we go from Tokyo to like Kansas. Oh, almost exactly 10,000 kilometers. Yeah. Yeah, his range is ridiculous. He's meant to be like oppressive to the masses, to people, and to them, right? And I'm going for like a similar feel in my fairy tale story where like when he releases all his magic presents, like how when Gildarts did his thing and magic was overwhelming Natsu, the members of Fairy Tail feel like enlightened because like their strongest member is here, and the enemies feel like there's a weight crushing down on them because like the strongest guy from Fairy Tail is here. But this measurement is also very important for like the second to last battle of the story, because the final battle happens in like at UA. The final battle happens at UA. But the battle before that happens, like this is the range for the battle before that one. Like a lot of people are gonna die. Isn't Hawaii somewhere here? Yeah, okay, Hawaii. Hawaii gets a part. Momo. Yeah, I got bad news for you if you're a Momo fan. She is not gonna get the happily ever after with Horizon. I knew how Momo's life was gonna be from the start of the story. And honestly, sometimes bad things happen to good people. If there is one character I'm always amused by, it's Ojiro, the guy with the tail. Because I think it's fun that like Horizon is this like oppressive demigod that's like the bully people and belittle people. But the guy with the tail, he's like whatever, he doesn't care about anymore. So Ojiro just gets to exist. Because if anybody wins in this story, it's Ojiro. Because he got the strongest person in his class, right? He gets good training from UA, and he gets Toru, Invisible Girl, who could now be seen. Yeah, this meme. I have all the memes here. Where is it? It's the one on the beach. Where the hell? Oh. Yeah, this is it. The agenda is more powerful than canon. Yeah. Oh, this one is basically how character based books feel sometimes. And Horizon's all character based. This was like my worst fear for like the people, the readers. What's the agenda? The Momo X Horizon agenda? I don't think there's any agenda there after the second to last thing, because he lied to her and told her that his body is pure energy now. And I saw somebody comment that hopefully when Horizon figures out the God formula, he could fix that. So that person missed all the subtext because the God formula is his blood. He was lying to Nezu when he says he's trying to make it, because he was asking about what the implications of it existing could mean for the world. So he was lying. It already exists. It's his blood. It's what the panacea is based on. I never thought I'd be writing fanfics, bro. I feel that. You're making memes for it and I'm writing it. What a crazy world. Yeah, so that person missed the subtext of the God formula being his blood, and they also mixed the subtext of him lying about his body becoming energy, right? Because he also lied and said that like he can't survive without his helmet. But like his friends know that's a lie. Like Team Horizon knows that's a lie. Ryuko Ryuko definitely knows that's a lie because they be fucking, so she knows. So now it's like how how does it resolve? Because I got a lot of things. Yeah. Five helix actually. Because all of his quirks. I think he has five quirks. Let me check. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. You aren't allowed to see this. Close your eyes. This is all my writing stuff, right? So this is all my stuff for him. The I'll give you a quick peek. Memorize as much as you can in this 2 seconds, right? Because all of his awakening stuff, yeah, all of his awakening stuff is at the bottom of the page. Because I last stuff he unlock. Okay, y'all got 2 seconds. He has one, two, three, four, five quiz because he has Hand of God, Energy Saver, Energy Dynamo, Energy Enhancer, and Life Force. So he has five quiz. So five stems, five pillars on his DNA. But like yeah, when I said I have all of his quirks from start to finish plotted out, like I mean that shit. Like his whole awakening is here. The only ones that haven't been used is what hasn't he used? He on this screen I mean, not like lower down, right? This one, ultrasound, silence, and crumble. He hasn't used crumble either. Oh no, wait, I think he used crumble actually. I can't remember. But silence just stops all sounds in a room. That's from One Piece. Ultrasound is like the white beard's quick fruit where it shakes things, and crumble makes things fall apart. It's like a big this it's like a big overhaul kind of quick kind of attack. Yeah. This is how weakening's planned out. And for the characters, there's literally just this. Because I couldn't remember his mom's name, so I just wrote down these characters. Oh, and this is my Pokemon story. this is relationships with everyone. So like there's the Rowan and Cynthia stuff, Team Terraformers, Owen Mayer and Police Chief Stephen Stone, Mr. Stephen's dad, right? Giovanni, like there's I have so much um plotted for this planned. How does one okay. I hope you didn't actually take any screenshots and ruin that for yourself. Because part of the fun of his awakening is nobody knows what it is. Like nobody reading it knows what it is. So you all are lost. Yeah, the Pokemon fic is probably not gonna be my next fic though. I'm leaning towards Marvel or Fairy Tale. One of those. I mean, I'm probably gonna at least try to plan out one chapter. I don't know. My sleep schedule is terrible, bro. It's like 4 a.m. I probably go to sleep at like 7 ish. I woke up at like 7 yesterday, 7 p.m. But yeah. The Pokemon fic, I honestly don't know how to decide which my next fanfic was gonna be. Because it takes about. Mm, I'll just show you, right? I'll just show you the. Where's the thing? Oh god. Okay, here's the thing, right? Fantasy. If you go to a fantasy book with like, let me say, 120,000 words, this is how much. Yeah, your week doesn't have a fixed schedule, so you have a weird sleep schedule too. I feel that, yeah. But being a writer means you can work whenever you want, but the thing is, you have to work. It's a lot of work. Which one you're really interested in? Oh, you're not really interested in Pigman, you said that, yeah. Yeah, 12 to 9. So when everybody now going to work, you're sleeping already. Okay, but this is the thing that you wanna take note of that people don't talk about if you're gonna write an original book, right? Because this is the cost. This is also partly why most writers in America are just middle class white people, the upper middle class white people, because they can afford to do this shit on something that might not make a single dollar. So they're skipping this first one because this first one tells you if you need these, and the answer is you always need these. Okay, so I need basically 3500, 36, 37, 3800. Sorry, what? I need no 6,000, 8,000 US dollars to edit my book. That is just editing, and that's assuming I need one edit pass of each, because I might need two copy edits or two proofreads or two developmental edits, probably two developmental edits. And I want to have the book written and start edits at the start of 2026. Yeah, this is what they don't tell you about. And this is 120,000 words. If I wrote a book that I actually want, like for example, Horizon, hold on, where's sci fi? Science fiction. Horizon right now, right, in science fiction would cost like 23,000 for developmental, 15,000 for copy, 12,000 for proofreading, and 16,000 for the assessment. You got a better schedule this week. Nice. 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. though. That's still kind of rough, but at least you get somewhat regular hours. No matter how you good you are, I doubt you will need only one. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty good at like for example, if I write a book, if I write a chapter, I usually only need one pass to edit because and it's never big things. It's like grammar, some grammar, but not grammar, punctuation, and that kind of stuff, and spelling errors. But like I never need developmental editing because my chapters are usually pretty solid on that front. Yeah, if you're living in Egypt, this shit is wild. But the thing is, that's why my Patreon's so important, right? Because I could save this up from Patreon. If I'm working in Trinidad, if I'm working in Trinidad, like we say 12,000, that's $81,000. That's almost a year of salaries for most people, more than a year of salary for most people. Yeah, and then people wonder why most writers are white people, like in America. 600,000. Jesus Christ. Yeah, and then people are like, why are most writers in America white? Are like black people uneducated or something and they can't write? It's like no, it's because like geodemographically, most of them can't afford to spend $12,000 on a book that they don't think will get them a single dollar. Like most people can't do that. So yeah, of course I'm not going to it. Like Brandon Sanderson says this. He says like he's from a upper middle class family. That's why he got to write 13 books. 12 books before his 13th got sold, right? That's why he got to like waste like quote unquote waste time doing that stuff. But for me, I wanna be a professional writer. Yeah. It's a massive risk if you don't follow my plan because my plan minimizes the risks and my plan is working, right? Because surprise surprise, I am here and I am making some money writing. There's not much right now. You got an idea for me? What's the idea? Yeah, I'm almost at 12 million views with Horizon. 12 million views. Oh, by the way, the story that got me into writing fanfiction. This story. 4 million views, a little more ratings, 90 chapters. This story got me into fanfiction because I was like, if people are reading this and paying for this, I could probably write something too and get paid for it. Just literally me looking at this dude and saying, I can do better than you. And I was right. And I during COVID, the first year of COVID, I read so much fanfiction that I ran out of good stories to read. So I was like, fine, I'll just write my own. and January 21st, 2021, I wrote it. I think that's my dad's birthday. Meetups, I'd have to leave my house for that though. I don't want to leave my house. Or do you mean like do a stream collab, like have them on the stream? Sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind like forming an actual community and stuff for this. If you remember, like, if you actually to write your book instead of leaving us at chapter 3 for a few months, yeah, you could be the first one. Yeah, I'm I'm not shy or like I don't lack confidence, so that helps in my writing. Like I went into this thinking I'm gonna be better than most people at networks. Yeah, I when I found this book, and he was like the only person I think who had like a Discord in his link in some of his chapters later on, and I was like I'm gonna go see what's up in there, right? And it was just like a bunch of horny losers talking about who they would have in their harem in Marvel. And I was like, there isn't anything interesting about like storytelling or writing in this Discord. So I'm gonna start my own story on my own Discord. And my Discord was originally meant for um, people who wanted updates in case I got sick again. That they would know that I'm alive, so that the next chapter coming out. And the main thing aside from that was for writers. Yeah, I have the local stories channel. But the thing is, right, the local stories channel is fine, but if I'm having people on stream, I want I want it to be that they have like there is something I can ask them about that I can't already answer. Does that make sense? Because I'm gonna be putting all everything I know for free on YouTube. So like if somebody writes in first person, that's the kind of person I want to have on stream. Because I write in omniscient. And if you read like not web novel, because web novel is skewed towards sci-fi fantasy, right? If you read like on Wattpad, a lot of Wattpad romance books are in first person, where they go like I walked through the door, I felt like her hands in mine, that kind of thing. And for me that gets super boring because I'm not empathetic. I don't have empathy or sympathy for characters or people in general. So I don't care how they feel. So I would love to get like their view on how writing that stuff works. Because I can do it. I can definitely do it. And I in Discord I showed somebody how to write first person in third person, aka close, super close first person, super close third person. I mean, but like I would love to understand like how that works for them. Yeah, but this guy, he's interesting. Yeah, he has like a bunch of stories. This is a new story. This is new. What the hell? What the hell? This came out like what yesterday or something? No. What? Why is this new? I thought this was new. Never mind. Yeah, I have the local stories channel. That's true. I'm, I want that to get filled up because I want the writers channel to be like the biggest channel on my Discord. Oh, this guy also wrote writers too. Okay. Well, it's for people I meet too, like from family. But that's part of what makes me such a like that. What part that makes writing so easy for me, right? Is that I can in real life, right? I can make people feel how I want them to feel. So doing that through writing is easier too, because I can get people to feel how I want to feel while reading my books. Like that scene of that lady drowning in chapter like 17 or 18 or something. That was like that was tough for some people to read by design, right? It was meant for them to be uncomfortable, and like people will comment like they hated this, how like this made them feel, and I'll be like, thank you, because that means I did my job well. Yeah, but I would love to talk to more authors, especially because I'm writing my first original book next year, and I only have a name, The Dragon Knight, and a vague concept. So tonight our book would be good. But it should be easier, especially because I have this pro writing aid, this thing, and this is a big help for writing. And this thing took my writing to the next level. The first 50 chapters, first 62 chapters, sorry. Yeah, that was rough. Yeah, but look at how far I've come now, right? You have to start somewhere, and I've improved a lot. Yeah, like the first few chapters of Oberon are gonna be good. The first few chapters of Binary are already good. But part of what gets me to pick what I'm writing next is what I wrote before, right? So Horizon is science fiction because it's like a modern setting with technology and stuff, right? Fantastical technology, just like they have hover stuff. And my next book I want to be fantasy, so I want to go from one extreme to the next. Oh yeah. Honestly, I'm I've made amazing progress. Like not to pat myself on the back too hard, but most writers take like 15 years to get to the level I'm at, and I did it in three. And that's because I had a plan, and I stuck to the plan, and I also wrote a lot. Like I wrote how many words is this shit? If I show the list, oh yeah, spoilers for everything. Yeah, so that's like 665 7 2. That's 1.3 million words plus where's the renegade fic? 1.3 1.45 million words. That's a ridiculous number for 3 years. Most writers who learn to write and like practice and stuff write 50,000 words a year. Because what I've realized too is like writers improve by volume. It's not usually qualitative by itself, so you have to improve your quality by applying it over time to your volume, right? So J.K. Rowling wrote 13 drafts of Harry Potter before the 14th version got published, right? And and when you put all those together, you get like 1.8 million words. Brandon Sanderson wrote like 2.7 million before his first book got sold. And this is a common trend, right? Because J.K. Rowling wrote her first book when she was 6 years old, published The Sorcerer's Stone at 32, wrote her first short book at 6 years. Her first, yeah, 50k words a year. They suck. That's why. They're trash. Yeah. And then they wonder why they never get anywhere. They barely fucking write. Yeah. So J.K. Rowling wrote her first small book at 6, her first novella, which is 30,000 words at 16, and at 32, she did Sorcerer's Stone, right? So she's has 26 years of experience. I have three, about to be four in January, right? Brandon Sanderson had like I want to say like 25 years of experience and wrote like 1.8 million words of his books, not of his like writing stuff, because he studied writing too, so he wrote a lot for his classes. So like if on average the best authors of our time are writing 2 million words it's idiotic to think you're gonna write 50,000 words a year and suddenly be the next J.K. Rowling or the next Brandon Sanderson. But people want to believe that because it's art, quad quality beats quantity. But you need both. You have to do a million paintings before you paint your first Mona Lisa. Right? Michelangelo did how many paintings before he did but the Sistine Chapel is what he did, right? Yeah? Like, so you have to do the volume. 2 million words, that's honestly I think like a million is the minimum. You have to write like a million words before you even have a decent grasp of writing naturally. $70,000 in 5 months. Rookie numbers. I did 73,000 in 36 hours. Now my writing is a lot slower though because quality is higher. Also, at start of a volume, I'm more deliberate in my writing. I'm gonna do a Patreon post. Not there though. I'm hoping I'm the next one though. Yeah, it's always good to have like uh what's called cushion for chapters. I've been busy the past few days, so I've completely fell off with writing and stuff. Standard, suppose is 347, right? So they need to be at 350. They need to be at 350. I'm uploading some stuff to Patreon right now. 348. I've been super busy these past few days, so I haven't had time to upload to even check my Patreon. Which is always very bad because you know they are my peoples. Hmm. 900 versus 2K. Yeah, the chapter size thing is some people just take time to get used to, honestly. Yeah, web novel is like 1500, 1400 word minimum chapter length for it to be considered a chapter. In um, traditional prose novels, it varies a lot, so your chapter length is whatever length you want it to be. But generally, it's like 4,000 to 5,000 words per chapter. So it's like double the length to be right, basically. I write. But yeah, I right now I don't stress chapter length too much, partly because I'm currently working on actually cleaning up my chapters, trimming the fat from them. So like the chapters feel super short, right? But they have more content in them because there isn't any any nonsense that shouldn't be there in them. Yeah. Work has got me in a death grip because no death grip myself because I'm not used to schedule. It's surprising how easy it is to get used to 12 hours a day, but 9 hours in corporate sucks the life out of you. Yes, absolutely. 9 hours working for somebody else is like 3 days of energy just being ripped out of you. It takes you like probably 2 days to recover from that nonsense. Hey, you gotta just, commit to being a stripper and work your own hours. Oh, this is what my behind the scenes looks like for Horizon. I'm I know it probably looks the same way for Jack because it's Inkstone, but I got people commenting on like chapter 22 and shit, which is weird. Like in my opinion, I appreciate the comments, but people should like read everything that's available before they comment. I have 22 subscribers. Look at that. My subscriber count is already up by 3. Oh, now what the hell this is? Engage with your audience. Huh. I could probably use that to use that in order to vote for the next chapter. I have to keep pushing because I'm not doing it for myself. I'm already really comfortable. But I'm even yeah, cataract surgery. Yeah, damn. Yeah, eyesight is needed for sure. So I guess you gotta commit for like the next few months at least, and just work your ass off and suffer through it for her. Good son, look at that. Yeah. As the burden of being a man, right? You have to do work nobody else wants to do because you're the man. For me, I'm in a very privileged position where I'm just doing writing because it's what I want to do with my life. And I'm fortunate enough that I don't have I don't have that kind of distress you have on you on me. Like we are in completely two completely different worlds. You are dealing with real life adult shit that you have to deal with. Like you're dealing with actual real life problems that you're dealing with something that actually matters. None of my problems in the grand scheme of things actually matter. Like I'm completely aware of that and I'm thankful for it. So that's why like I'm just focused on like YouTube and stuff. But man, it is pretty exhausting sometimes. I'm sure. But you gotta just keep pushing. It's just easy to say when you aren't in it because I'm not in it. I hope you get it and I hope everything goes well with you and your mom. Hmm. I'm looking at this thing right now. Oh, okay, YouTube chat has some options. Yeah, it is what it is. Yep, that's exactly right. Oh, did you check out Arcane season 2? Heart attack at 25? Bro, I'm 25. I don't know, do I look that old? Yesterday I asked out two girls and they both said no because I think I was too old because they were like 19. I don't think I look well, when my hair is big, I definitely might look 25. When my hair is cut, usually my hair is all the way down like super low. But I forgot to get a haircut before my family went away, so yeah. My sister cuts my hair. I want the hedgehog. That's the cutest thing ever. Yeah, I should have lied and told her I was 22. I'd be like on a date right now probably. Hmm. Yeah. I'm lucky. I mean, I would look even younger if I wasn't writing. Cause in that first few months of learning how to write, I aged like 5 years. Like I crammed like 6 years of learning to write into 3 months. I didn't really get a good look at your picture, but you look like early 20s, I'd say. I'm gonna look at your picture now. Yeah, you look like 21, 19 to 21. Look at this, best girl in Ben 10. by far the best girl. I was I was fuming, punching A when he didn't end up a Charmcaster. Because I was building towards that. I was like hyped for that. Then he ends up with fucking Kai. This dead bitch. Yeah. Yeah, 21. Yeah. You know, I've never considered writing a Benton fic, but I think that's because that Benton has everything, so I can't fill anything in there. It has good characters, it has good world building, it has good action, it has like good. It has probably the best storyline of any cartoon. Yeah, like it. Everything in Benton is just peak. Oh, that must be nice. You get younger, I got older. Best 5 months of your life, yeah. Well, for me, it was like I went from being on vacation because it was during COVID. So I was like, for months, I was just doing nothing, waiting for college to start back up. And then suddenly I had all these things to learn and cram into like a few weeks. So it really like, what took a lot. Nice. That could also be the difference of like writing as a hobby versus writing as a job. Because I'm writing as a job. That's like my goal. I plan to like go full time and live off this shit. So like, I gotta stress out because I gotta make it work. Yeah, it was therapeutic. It was therapy. For me, it was the opposite. I had to get all that shit into my head. Don't try to keep up with me. Yeah, that's trying to match my pace with writing and with improvement of writing specifically is unreasonable. Like it's genuinely unreasonable because I do this. I plan to make a career out of this. So people who do this as a hobby, I look like a psychopath to them. Because I'm writing all day, every second I can get, I'm writing. Like when I was doing 5 chapters a day, that shit was rough. But like I was so happy because I got to write 5 chapters a day. I had nothing else to do on those days, just write. But I mean, I got a top 10 in Web Novel for a reason, right? I didn't get top 10 because I don't write. I got top 10 because I write a lot. Yeah. I've honestly, this might be me just not getting it, right? But like, Baki fanfiction, I've never like understood that. Like I understand why, but like I've never understood Mm, how do I say this? When I'm writing or picking a story, right? I pick one where people will like, where the fan base wants something, and Baki already has everything the fan base wants. Like Baki is perfectly written for its target audience, in my opinion. So when like you told me you were doing a Baki fan fiction, I was like, okay, this is definitely a passion project. Because logically, if you want to like make a popular fan fiction or make money from this, you'd never pick Baki, which is fine. Yeah. The improvement part is just how good are you at learning, right? So how good are you at learning a rule and then keeping it in the back of your head forever? And the conceptual stuff. So like, mm, what happens? So the improvement stuff isn't as easy to see, aside from the basics. But yeah, like it's. I spent probably 1,000 hours, maybe 1,000. Let me tell you exactly how much I spent, right? 20 times 7 times 3. I spent like 500 hours learning how to write, like from YouTube, and basically I devoured all of BookTube after writing those first 60 chapters of Elementalist. I spent like 500 hours learning how to write, and I haven't stopped since because I'm always learning how to write. So right now I probably have 2,000 hours of like writing content, and that goes into every single chapter. Plus I have Pro Writing Aid, which helps a lot. But like in the more minute stuff, not in the big stuff. In the big stuff, it's already all there. But like in the minute stuff, Pro Writing Aid helps because I don't even know what I'm looking for at that point. So something has to tell me. Sumo. Yeah, Baki seems to have like main character focused. The side characters are just there for Baki, and is that the step one basically, from what I've seen. I mean, if I was if you were writing to like actually improve, like if you wanted to make this not to actually improve, 'cause of course you want to improve, but if you wanted to make this a career, you would have to choose something that's not Baki. Like you would need to collect more information and from audience feedback. So you would need to use something more popular like One Piece or Naruto or MHA or something, because Baki's fan base is too small on web novel and stuff. You have to like go bigger. Yeah, but it's also like how big is the fan base on web novel? Because the Baki fan base is kind of small on web novel compared to like One Piece and Naruto and MHA. Overlord, um, huh? Overlord fanfic. That's honestly, I would say if you're gonna write an Overlord fanfic, it might be better to just do something else because Overlord doesn't have a unique selling proposition. That that's also dangerous. If your main character has a plot in his head but it's a different plot, your audience won't like that because the audience assumption, right, is that your main character has the entire plot knowledge in his head, or that he has none of it. So having like a wrong plot or halfway in between in his head is gonna throw them off because they will keep forgetting that he doesn't have the correct plot. Oh, you said in your head. So you meant in the main character's head. Okay, okay, okay. Well then yes, you can do that. But the reason I said avoid overload, right, is because unless you're writing with the unique selling proposition overload has, which is where person could, if he's not a player, so he's born in that world. If the person is born in that world, do not write that story, bro. That's a bad idea because it's just gonna be a regular fantasy book. So you can just make it a regular fantasy book and sell it. Like Overlord is just generic fantasy world plus like guy with cheat codes on. So unless you're leaning into like being the most ridiculously overpowered thing ever, it's probably better to pay attention towards writing something else. Especially because Overlord doesn't have a big fan base on web novel for fan fictions. At least ones that aren't following Irons or like a new version of Irons or something, right? But again, it's your book. So if that's what you wanna write it and I'll help you where I can. But Overlord generally is like a generic fantasy. Is that because it's literally based on Dungeons and Dragons, right? The guy who wrote Overlord was the D&D, and the players were the guy who wrote Konosuba and the guy who wrote Tanya the Evil, and the guy who wrote Ari Zero. So the four of them playing together, and and the Overlord writer is the dungeon master. As you can tell, because his book has the most world building out of all of them. Yeah. Well, you could always put in the writer's corner now and I'll go through it on chat on stream if you want. But yeah, understanding the unique selling proposition of your book, the USP, is the most important thing because it's what attracts people to your book. So like the USP for Horizon is that he has the Operation Fruit, and he is a horrible person in a world of heroes who try to do the good thing, the right thing. That's his USP, right? The USP for Elementals is that he has magic that doesn't need chance. So he can use his magic more than other people. He's also like really overpowered. But that's not that unique to Danmachi. So like the USP matters. You have to sell the USP. So like I think a good USP for like Overlord would be if you're well, I mean, Momonga is everything they think he is, right? To the general public and to your main character, he is everything the NPCs think he is. He is like scheming a thousand years ahead of everybody else. But like, my concern is how do you make it interesting? Because honestly, if you're going to write an overload fan fiction that's not following the Nazareth point of view as the main cast, oh, burger. I'm using a fork because I'm typing. If you aren't following Nazareth point of view for Overlord, just write the whole thing offline, so don't post it, and then afterward, go back and file off all the Nazareth and Anzul Gown stuff, and just put like some generic Dark Lord, and make him the king of like a small evil mercenary group or some shit that's super strong, and you'd have an original story. Because if you change Ainz to like evil undead overlord, number whatever in fiction, and you change all the other names of like the kingdoms and stuff, overlord is just generic fantasy story number 200 and something million. This is what I was eating, by the way. Oh. I don't know if you can see it. This is the ultimate fuse box. It is 2 burgers, fries, 4 chicken tenders, and mac and cheese. Or 4 wings. So chicken tenders or 4 wings. Yeah, that I was saying, like, it's Overlord. It makes no sense writing an Overlord fanfiction. Just do that shit in the background, then change some names, and you have your original book. Because it's a generic fantasy thing. And all this stuff for Overlord is found in Dungeons and Dragons. Well, most of it is found in Dungeons and Dragons. This is actually the meal I had on the date where I broke up with my girlfriend. Yeah. After that date, I told her like I don't have time for her, and we broke up. Because I was now getting back into writing after my vacation. Shawarma for breakfast. Shawarma. Over here we call that gyro or gyro, Gyro. It's the same thing, but like, I guess gyro is like the Greek word for it or something. Gyro, gyro, shawarma. It's the same thing as the pressed meat on the thing with the tortilla. Donuts. I don't really like sweets that much. I bought a cheesecake though from my friend's sister. Cheesecake it's heavy and it's sweet. Yeah. I'm just having my burger and my fries, my bottle of water. Yeah. I'm glad this YouTube thing working. I got my mic and my camera set up. Yeah. Kiro is Greek. Shawarma is, I don't know, what what is it, like African dialect maybe, but it's all squished meat anyway, squished meat, flattened meat, so however they call it. Yeah, when you have a craving for a donut every once in a while, that's fine. That's the human thing, you know. Humans evolved to like donuts. It is what it is. We have gyro or shawarma down here too. We have a lot of like Turkish. We have a lot of Syrian people making food and like restaurants and stuff down here. So when I was telling you all in Discord that Trinidad has food from everywhere in the world, we really have food from everywhere in the world. Like we got everything. It's like Sammy's Gyro. Yeah, this is the place. So like they have this food. Yeah, this is the place in Trinidad. Check it. Trinidad is the place to come if you need food. Yeah, bro. Well, our first language is English. Spanish is more courtesy for South America being so close. But I've never heard anybody, any Trinidadian speak Spanish like fluently, like casually. I mean, I guess in Egypt you all speak Arabic. Arabic looks intense to read, like reading that shit, and with my handwriting, I definitely can't write it. Writing just pure squiggles. Hmm. It would be cool to meet somebody who reads my book though. I know some people in Trinidad read it because they commented that they're from Trinidad too. Nice. English. Yeah, I only speak English because I'm not good at learning languages. Yeah, English is good. Yeah, I'm not good at learning languages, which is why I'm not good at programming, because programming is just learning languages. If you wanna pick up some of the Venezuelan girls that are here, then you have to learn Spanish. Also, there's an Egyptian dialect. Let's see. I think I know, well, aside from the pyramids, right? For Egypt, the numbers is what most interests me, right? Yeah, and because Egypt is also like at the at the edge of like you're here and down here is Africa, and then Eastern Europe is right here, and then the way to Northern Europe and the Mediterranean is like right above y'all. So everything converges on Egypt. But the thing I remember about Egypt is that like the way y'all used to do numbers, not recently, like hundreds or maybe thousands of years ago, the symbols, and then like if you had to write like 9 million, you'd write nine, or like if you had to write 9,999, you'd have to write nine, and then you'd have to write 9,000, and then 900, and then 99, 90. No, and then what was it? It was like 9,000 you'd have to write. So you'd have to write nine, and then the what? Hold on, what was the logic of it, right? It was like some big logic gate. It was like you had to write 9,000. No, sorry, the example the guy gave was 99, right? So you had to write out nine, like how much ever times, and then you have to write nine 10 times, and then you'd have to write a 8, then you have to write a 1. But it wasn't like letters, it was like symbols, like hieroglyph symbols, right? And then it showed how, like, when in India invented the number 0, which means nothing, it completely changed how people in Egypt and other places did math, because your symbols became obsolete because there was somebody suddenly a 0, so you could just write 90 plus 9 or 99 or whatever. Yeah, everybody wants a piece of Egypt. Yeah. Does Egypt have a canal? Like the Panama Canal, does Egypt have one? Oh yeah, y'all do. Is this in Egypt? Yeah, this is. Wait, this is Saudi Arabia here. Yeah, so Egypt is here. Israel, wow, okay. Libya. Yo, is the edge of. Yeah. Is the edge of Egypt, well, Arab, it is English numbers, are the Arab numbers. Okay, so y'all own Port Said. Y'all own Port Said. Yeah, the Suez Canal, okay. Oh, here it is, Suez. It goes to Port Said over here. Creed Bitter Lake, okay. Creed Bitter Lake, yes. This is where all the tears of the oppressed women go, right? According to leftist feminists. Okay, so Egypt's supposed to have money, right? Because the Mediterranean here and the fucking Arabic Sea and all that shit here. Yeah, because all the trade from here, it wants to get here and to like England and shit, which is, yeah, UK is here. They all want to go the Suez Canal because none of them want to pass around Africa because they get robbed right about here. Where's the robbing spot? Where is it? Is it this place? Yes, here, right? Yeah, so Egypt is supposed to be like maybe like top 10 economies in the world. Your government just hates you people. That's all. Government sucks. Bro, just run for office, bro. Solve the problem yourself. Yo, does Egypt have any like mythical creatures aside from like the Sphinx, right? Because everybody knows the Sphinx. But does it have anything like yeah? Does Egypt have like how England and thing has like Western dragons, right? And China has like their Chinese dragon, right? Does Egypt have like any kind of mythological creature of that significance aside from like the Sphinx? And do you all have like a chupacabra like how Mexico has or something? Where's Jordan? That's the question. What's the coolest one? Like what do you think, if all were real, would be the most powerful of the mythicals? What is this? Oh, this is Jordan. I'm trying to find a spot in Transformers. Yeah, I'm not trying to go into the mythology. I don't want to. I don't want to invoke divine stuff. So like dragons, right, are associated with like you know that kind of mythology. But like in Arabic stories, right, like what is the equivalent of how like the West has like dragons, and we love to read about dragons. What is the equivalent for Arabic stories or Egyptian stories? Because I'm kind of doing a story where this part of the world doesn't exist yet, right? So it's all happening here, and my main character is from he's from London, he's from the UK. So he's a dragon, and then we have like his friend from up here, and well from like over here and here, right? The old Jin King. Okay, his friend from all up here is like a storm giant, and then there's like the Chinese guy who's like an Eastern mythological dragon, and the guy from India who's like an elephant, and dudes from Africa is like a lion, right? The Jinn. Is a a genie. Okay, like Aladdin, right? Well, Aladdin is Arabic. I can't use the jinn though. I want like an animal. Animals is what I'm going for. What the fuck is Eritrea? I've never heard of this country before. Djibouti, what the fuck? Necronomicon. Oh, this thing. Okay, yeah. Book of Evil shit. Yeah. I see. Yeah, but I'm going for like animal based stuff like main character's a dragon, his friends are storm giants, somebody's an eagle, someone's a T Rex, like you know? That kind of stuff. Well yeah, I know that. Because Aladdin is Disney, right? So that's a Disney fight. Like if you read the original Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the original version, before Disney, all those stories are horror stories. Like the Little Mermaid, the original version ends with her killing herself by throwing herself into the sea and becoming foam. Because the original version was something like she got her legs and could go onto land, but she could never come back from the sea. Sphinx would be cool. Or maybe like a golden eagle as Ra. Could also be a jackal or like a crocodile, you know? So back in Anubis, I kind of like the Golden Eagle idea, but I don't want too many people to be fire powers. So I might go with like Anubis the Jackal or something. Yeah. Yeah, like Sleeping Beauty in, I think in the original it was he raped her while she was sleeping, and well I don't think I can say that was on YouTube, right? He assaulted her while she was sleeping, and she gave birth while she was sleeping and woke up when she gave birth, which is crazy. That is that is a serious alarm to wake up to, you know? Mm. We do have a Yao Chupacabra too. Oh, I can use that word? Okay. I'm not sure what YouTube, you know? The, Cas- the Caspian Sea. Okay, this is some new law. This is some very new law. I don't think I've ever really seen this before. Where is this? What country is this in? Azerbaijan. I know. What? I know about these countries. Yeah, I wanted the thing of like the, the countries like in this area. Uh, the map of the book is just, yeah. I'll have to moderate the chat. I made a moderator. I have like automatic moderation. I have like automatic moderation because YouTube isn't free speech, so you know. So I don't think I can say anything too bad. People can say anything too bad, but just to be sure, because I know people, humans are very creative when they want to say slurs. But yeah, I'm thinking like dragon, maybe a golden jackal, and a lion or some shit. But a lion might be too cliche. For India and stuff, I'll give them a tiger. China gets a Chinese dragon, or Yamato no Orochi. Australia would be a giant spider. Yeah, look, yeah, you got the mother thing. Australia would be a giant spider. America and South America not in this book because I don't want to have to deal with this distance, right? Because in a fantasy book where like people are still using sailboats going from here to here, it's a big logistical nightmare. Okay, nice. It does filter most of the words. Yeah, but like if because all of these are yeah, because all of these are connected right by land, it's very easy to get to believably get your characters from here should take one boat and then everything else is land. Land, 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 land. No Australia in it though. Oh, this is where the East Island statues are. Jesus Christ. In the middle of nowhere? Seriously? I can't use a fire breathing snake because like the main character is a western dragon, so he breathes fire too. But yeah, some one thing I do when I'm writing people from a certain country is I always make sure to respect the country. So like I didn't really use real gods in that matchup. Like I didn't want to use. I was hesitant to even use Ganesha because people still pray to Ganesha in real life. So like I didn't want to use any real unquote gods. Well, that's in the one of the. Is that the original Dracula, or is that like the next version? Because I know the original version was epistolary, so it was about like a guy got invited to Dracula's house, and he's recounting his tale to somebody about what happened there. But yeah, Dracula would have had to go from where the fuck is Transylvania even at? Which one of these things is it? Austria, I think, is somewhere here. Yeah, he'd have had to go from basically here to here. Yeah, that's not happening in those times. He would have ended up like Dio in a coffin at the bottom of the ocean. Yeah, that's the one with the guy telling the story about how like he fucking got invited to Dracula's house. Frankenstein, I think, was also told like that. Frankenstein is also like a second person epistolary of like somebody who witnessed Frankenstein be bringing the creation to life. Yeah, see, it's like a second. It's a second person story. It's always for a woman. Could never be me though. But you know, always that quote from G.I. Joe. The entire world could be ending, but two men would still find the time to have a stare down over some woman. my opinion, that's a very weak motivator for like a character. Love is one thing, but like motivating somebody being motivated solely off love is, yeah, that's a bit much. Fun fact: if you want to piss off any South American, and if they don't want to tell you which part of South America they're from, just tell them it's Guatemala. You, just tell them they look like they're from Guatemala. They really don't like being called Guatemalan if they're not from Guatemala. Campeche. Yeah, it's always romantic love. Fiction doesn't have enough platonic love. Like in Arcane, people think Chase and Victor had like a romantic love, but no, they were like friends, they were brothers. It's not a romantic love. Yeah. The stream has been going for like 2 hours. 2 hours. Which is not bad for our first stream. I got no work done, but that's fine. I realize I have to like plan out some more stuff before I start writing volume 10. I have to think of how the implications after tech will go. Also, this volume gonna be short, so this book might be shorter than I thought. Like, Horizon could end by chapter 420. Well, I mean, shorter than I expected, because the original ending was like chapter 450. But I cut the last part out of this volume, and with the next volume gonna be short too, because he'll just be hunting down the League of Villains. So there won't be much to it. Or I can actually merge that with the with volume 12, right? Volume 11, sorry. 100 chapters, that's super short, bro. That's like 100,000 words. That's barely a story in my opinion. so fast paced. I don't think I could ever end a story with in like 100,000 words. That'd be so short. I'd feel like I haven't fully explored the characters yet. Yeah, that's it. That is super short. Fully characterizing Jack and the, like let's say three more main characters, so four main characters, plus exploring the power of the world, plus the competition, plus his evil people, plus the fight scenes, plus the world building. That's a lot of stuff in the 100,000 words. Yeah, see? The new one could be longer because you're a better writer now. So you could so you understand how to flesh things out more. Does Jack ever beat Yujiro in your book? Hmm. 200k is much better. Does Jack ever beat Yujiro in your book? Or he does? How does he even beat him? What, I had luck or something? It would be crazy if after he beat him, Jack was like, and this is for mom, and starts to unzip his pants. Payback for what Yujiro did. It would be crazy to like all those chapters, Jack is just him. And the last chapter, in the last paragraph, he just ruins everything by just doing that shit. An interesting story would be like if the government had somebody to kill like Yujiro and Baki and Jack, and the person would do like a super intricate plan, and then like they would just do their Baki character nonsense thing, and like he'd be like, "What the hell happened? How this is impossible?" You know, like he sets up a bomb, but Yujiro flexes so hard the bomb just like gets intimidated and doesn't do anything. You know, and he's like, "What? Why did the bomb malfunction?" The trick is if you're gonna do the whole like Jack unzipping his pants thing at the very start of the first chapter or whatever he gets his motivation, you have him look at Yujiro and you tell him like you have Jack tell him, "I'm gonna beat you, then I'm going to get my revenge from mom." So it sets up that the revenge from mom isn't beating Yujiro. It's what happens after, but the audience doesn't know what happens after until he unzips his pants. Yeah. Baki, the martial arts anime, by the way. Yeah. Baki is a fantasy anime. It's a urban fantasy anime. Pretend to be a martial arts anime. It's very sus too. Like that gif of the two dudes fighting with their mouths, but it look like kissing. Then some dude gets his throat off. But the gif only shows the part that looks like kissing. So, you know, new Baki fans is walking away from that shit. I don't know, Baki has always been too weird for me to get into. I don't like my anime being weird. I like a a precise story. You can probably tell from my writing. Like my writing is very clear and precise. I want to feel like I'm moving forward. I don't want to feel like I'm just being extra for the sake of being extra. And the Baki narrator is just always extra. He goes to an actual fantasy setting and realizes dragons aren't so tough. Yujiro Hanma fights a dragon with his bare hands. I think that's something that would have been fun is if like a main character gets isekai from his isekai world. So like he dies in our world, goes to their world, dies in their world, goes to a different world. And like if he dies there and goes to a different one, but like it continues the trend of like he needs to stop the Dark Lord, but he died in this world, then he died in this world. Now he gone. Now he gonna stop the Dark Lord. And every time he does something, and somebody's like, "How do you know that would work?" He's like, "I did it in my old world, my second isekai world, you know." Oh, you've actually seen a lot of times. Okay, I've never actually seen a double isekai before. Hmm. I think what would be interesting is if like they go isekai, they get all the cheats, and then they go back to their reality. Like the familiar Zero does this really well, where he at the end she could open portals. Yeah, the familiar Zero at the end she learns how to open portals, so she opens back a portal to his world, and they go visit his family, and then they could go between them because they know that's with magic now. I would like to write like a isekai though, of somebody who has like a good family back home. So the whole book he wants to get back to them, but he gets like his companion girl pregnant during the adventure. So he stays with her instead of going back to his family who loves him very much. Or like I'd love to write a book about the chosen one to fight the Dark Lord, and he gets like his companion girl pregnant, and he chooses to save her instead of saving the world. And in the sequel, his son, who was the baby, gets blamed for everything because if the son wasn't born, the children would have stopped the Dark Lord. So now he has like the sins of his father. He's using that as his fuel to stop the Dark Lord. Well, the hero has returned. Yeah. Going back to the original world would be weird though. But you'd be the only person with magic, so like, you get to be the king. Hmm. Well, as I've been streaming, 2 hours something. Okay, I'm starting to get sleepy now. I think I have to shut off the stream and actually get some sleep. But I'm glad the stream works though. Hmm. Let's see. But yeah, man, your boy needs to go sleep. I've been awake too long. Oh god, that one. Yeah, that's a weird ass anime. Basically, anime for pedophiles. I saw that. Pedos. Creepy main character. Yeah. Yeah. I think I have 2 people watching, or is one me? I don't know how this works. I think it might just be you watching. But yeah, man, I'll catch you for the next, well, stream, I guess. Yeah, try to get a nap in before you go to it, man. I'll talk to you later. Let's see if I can figure out the end this time stream now. What button do I even press? I think this one. Okay, see ya.